Beruchim Habayim. Moshe Langado here speaking, under the auspices of Kollel Ahavat Yisrael in San Diego, California, and Sha'rei Tziyon here in Brooklyn, New York. My friends, this is Parshat Tshuva. The rabbis take license this week to do what? To speak about Tshuva. That is the essence of the day. And there's so much to speak about. The Rambam wrote 10 parakim on Halachot Tshuva. The great Musar minds have books on the ways to come to Tshuva. But let me go through a story which is brought down in Masechet Avodah Zarah, which I feel is really very pertinent to our ways of doing Tshuva. There was a bon vivant. His name, Eliezer ben Durdai. Eliezer ben Durdai was a man who loved life, or he thought he loved life. He loved women, he loved partying, he loved drinking. And he went from woman to woman and would pay for her favors. One day, he heard that in a far-off land, there was a courtesan, a woman who was beautiful. And she charged an excessive amount of money, gold coins. And he was willing to collect those gold coins, travel to her, just to have the pleasure of being with her. He made the trip. He comes to her home, and he is not at all disappointed. But as he met this young woman, she said, "Are you Eliezer ben Durdai?" He says, "Yes." And she gave him a very strong musar. "You have no part in your people. You hedonist. You're a horrible, vile person." I don't know what the words she used. But it was like an arrow into his heart. A woman who he didn't really look up to, just used, gave him the strongest musar, and he started to cry, and he was broken. He put his head between his knees and started a monologue. He said, "Hills and mountains, pray for me." The hills and mountains ignored him. "Sun and moon, pray for me." They ignored him. "The constellations and the stars, please pray for me." "The earth and the heaven, pray for me." And those who study this story are perplexed. What was this monologue all about? Who was he talking about when he said, "Mountains and hills, pray for me"? And maybe we could use some psychological knowledge and try to explain. A person never likes to take blame for his actions. It's always somebody else's fault. The mountains and the hills are referring to his father and mother. "Dad and Mom, you know it's not my fault. You didn't treat me well when I was growing up. You didn't send me to the right yeshivot when I was growing up. You didn't discipline me right." Father and mother says, "Eliezer, maybe we were delinquent parents, but you should know that it's you who, at the bottom line, have to take responsibility." He cried more. He cried, and he went, and he ended up crying and speaking to the sun and the moon. "Sun and the moon, don't you know it's not my fault? The sun and moon are my teachers. The sun and the moon teach me be it secular studies or what, or my Torah studies. You didn't teach me well. You let me sit in the end of the class and ignore me. You know it's not my fault. And the sun and the moon, his teachers and his rabbis told him, Eliezer, it's only your fault. Don't put the blame on anybody else. It's you and only you. He went to the constellations and the stars, and he said, God Almighty, it's not my fault. It's my mazal. It's my mazal which caused me this life. I am good. My mazal was what made me so bad. And the constellations and his mazal told him, Eliezer, it's not your mazal. You were born with freedom of choice. It's all you. It's all you. My friends, the whole concept of teshuvah is predicated on the concept of free choice. God has put us on this world sometimes in difficult situations. But it's our choice on how to live our life. Will we live our life in a sacred and morally correct way? Or will we live our life in chaos and in vile disgust? It's up to us to make the decision. My friends, this is the 10 days of Teshuvah. Let us take responsibility for our deeds and our actions and say no more. We will go on the true path of Torah and mitzvot. And Be'ezrat Hashem, our Father in heaven, will smile down at us and shower us with all the brachot. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.